President of the Republic, who is a special guest of honor of this important function. And we now call on the first procession, and that will be led. This procession is made up of members of convocation and senior members of administration and management and senior members of academic affairs. So the first procession led by Mr. Idris Nabali. Please, may we be on our feet, as the first procession proceeds onto the graduation grounds. So please, you may file in the first procession led by Mr. Idris Nabali. This procession will break at some point because there are designated seats for members on this particular one. So these are members of the convocation, senior members, administration and professional, senior members, academic affairs. Then the second procession, which is led by the registrar himself, has His Excellency the Vice President, a special guest of honor, the Chairman of the Governing Council, Mr. Salim Kalmoni, the Vice Chancellors of KNUST and UDS, as well as the President of MADINA Institute of Science and Technology. So as these important dignitaries take their seats, let's remain on our feet. We shall soon take a round of the national anthem as His Excellency the Vice President and other dignitaries take their seat. So now, can we all be on our feet? Thank you so much. May we proceed to take our seats. This graduation and matriculation ceremony is COVID compliant. So when you look around, there are Veronica buckets for you to wash your hands. And every canopy has got sanitizers for use throughout the program. And when you look here to this building, just on the left is the washroom. There's a section for males and another for females. The event is streaming live on the university's social media handle, MADINA Institute of Science and Technology, with the hashtag Missed Graduation. At this juncture, I would call on Professor Nail Mohammed Kamel, who is a senior lecturer of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and also a governing council member of MIST, to give us the opening prayer. And from here, the registrar, Mr. Bukari, will moderate the proceedings.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Almighty Allah, we pray that as we have this important occasion, you help us and see us through and bless us, bless our leadership, His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, and all our dignitaries and students, graduates, as well as the parents and everyone who is making effort to be here, and those who are also watching us live. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless all of us, will guide, guard, and safeguard all of us, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala engulf us all under the blanket of His mercy. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. آمين.
Thank you. A little correction, senior lecturer and associate professor of KNUST, and also a governing council member of MIST, Professor Nail Mohammed Kamil. I've been reminded that we should give you a constant reminder throughout this event that our nose masks should continue to be on till the blast of the last whistle. So please keep your nose masks on throughout the event. Thank you. I hand over to the registrar, Mr. Bokari Daniel.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to invite the Chairman of Council to constitute this assembly into a congregation and deliver his welcome address.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Al-Haji Mahmoudou Baoumia, Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps here present, the representative of the Vice Chancellor of KNUST, the representative of the Vice Chancellor of UDS, parents, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with much joy that I, on behalf of the Governing Council, members of the Convocation, the senior and junior staff, to extend a warm welcome to all those who have traveled from far and near to attend this graduation and matriculation ceremony. I would also like to use the opportunity to extend a very special welcome to His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, and thank you for accepting our invitation to be the guest of honor at today's event. I also warmly welcome our cherished graduates who have worked so much to merit their respective awards today. Today's graduation marks yet another important milestone in the history of the MADINA Institute of Science and Technology, or MIST for short. History, because we are graduating our first batch of students, and unique because the personality who officially cut the tape to start the institution is here again after 4 years to celebrate the achievements of the pioneering cohort of students. To you, the graduates, note that in a few hours from now, you will become an integral part of the Institute. You have been patient and steadfast enough, and today it is going to pay off. You have really lived on to the teachings and tenets of the Holy Quran as quoted in chapter 3, verse 200. O you who believe, be patient, excel in patience, persevere, and reference God that you may prosper. This is certainly good advice that will serve you as you chart the course of your lives. It is also great advice to us, the stakeholders, sponsors, staff, lecturers, to keep the faith in this institution. We have been through difficult times, compounded by the COVID pandemic, yet we have made it 4 years later to graduate our first students. Congratulations to all for this achievement. To our graduating students, you will become the ambassadors of what MIST stands for. Therefore, do not hesitate to give back to the Institute as alumni. To this end, I entreat you to form the Alumni Association and make an impact to the development of the Institute. We are indeed extremely delightful to have you all distinguished guests here, and I trust that inshallah, all present will ensure that today's ceremony goes into history as a day to remember. Once again, you're all welcome. Wassalamu alaikum.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, members of the diplomatic corps here present, representatives of the Minister of Education, Chairman and members of the Governing Council, chiefs, registrar, deans, heads of department, members of staff, parents and guardians, graduating class of 2020, members of the press, the security services, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Council and the Academic Board of MIST, I welcome you all to this graduation ceremony of our students. I'm excited to be here with you because this is the first batch of graduates of this noble university who are transiting from being students to becoming graduates ready to contribute their quota to national development. These graduates are certainly well-baked, and we are proud of them. Your Excellency, MADINA Institute of Science and Technology was established in 2013 and commenced operation, and we are graduating 2 schools, the School of Engineering and the School of Business and Technology. We at MADINA Institute of Science and Technology are focused on the integration of knowledge and practical experience to promote learning, research, and citizenship. Our institution has a very conducive environment for teaching and learning, and we have a serene environment with small class sizes. Distinguished guests, we are today graduating a total of 61 students, 46 from business and 15 from engineering. Out of these, we have 9 first class, 41 second class upper, and 10 second class lower awards. The university has passed through challenges, but our trustees have kept faith and supported us tremendously. Your Excellency, we know you have been with us all these years to see us grow. We are very grateful. But permit me to say, our chairman, Mr. Salem Kalmoni, MD of Japan Motors, deserves great commendation for a yeoman's job. The Aldia Society, a non-governmental organization, has been phenomenal too in their assistance. But to increase the level of quality in teaching and learning, we need to be equipped with more engineering equipment and laboratories. Government assistance in this direction, as they did for the technical universities, will go a long way to improve instruction and training. Scholarships to students will also enable our poor students to have access to tertiary education. Your Excellency, despite the challenging environment in which the human resource personnel are working, they have continued to be diligent. I would like to take this opportunity to thank members of staff for their dedication and hard work. Particularly worthy of mention is Mr. Asas Abbas Ali, Assistant Registrar Administration, who is a great asset. As it is to be expected, new programs are introduced from time to time based on trends and needs of society. In line with this, the university is planning to introduce a BA Arabic education, BSc Computer Science, BSc Nursing and Midwifery. This is to satisfy the demands of our target market following a research done by the university. Advice to graduates. For the past 4 years, you've been subjected to a particular way of thinking and training so that you can solve society's problems from a specialized viewpoint. In practicing your professions, you need to be reminded that you are only a member of a large team that is addressing society's problems. Eschew get-rich-quick habits and immerse yourself in your work. Create a job for yourself if you cannot find one. Finally, remember to maintain your current network of friends, for, like cola nuts, the older your friendship, the better it is. I would like to thank parents and guardians, as well as those who contributed in one way or the other, to bring our graduates to this stage in their lives. May Allah Almighty bless and replenish whatever you've spent on your wards. For our graduates, please remember that the end should always be better than the beginning. May Allah bless all your knowledge and skills, and may He be pleased with the work of your hands. God bless you. God bless our country. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, sir, I now call upon the Vice Chancellors of UDS and KNUST for their messages of solidarity. First, UDS.
Mr. Chairman, before I give my speech, I want to state that the Vice Chancellor of UDS, Professor Gabriel Ayumte, was supposed to be here. But as you are all aware, you may be aware, all the Vice Chancellors in the tertiary public institutions are at home for their annual meeting. So he has asked me to deputize for him. So I'm going to read this message as delivered to me. Your Excellency, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Chairman of the MIST Council, members of MIST Council, Provost of College of Engineering, KNUST, representing the Vice Chancellor of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, the President, Registrar, and Convocation of MIST, eminent traditional leaders, guest speakers, invited guests and parents, students of the graduating class, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor for me to be here on the occasion of First Congregation Ceremony to be organized by the MADINA Institute of Science and Technology, MIST. I bring you a warm congratulation message from the Governing Council, management, and faculty of the University for Development Studies, UDS. It is indeed joy for a mentor institution to see its mentee fast learning the art of running a project and successfully doing so. This is what we have so far seen in MIST. Mr. Chairman, today's event marks another very important milestone in the relationship between UDS and MIST, a relationship that officially started in the year 2016 when we signed a memorandum of understanding, an instrument of affiliation between our two institutions. This congregation is significant because it demonstrates the level of commitment mentor and mentee have invested to make the relationship work. Mr. Chairman, over the years, the UDS has been committed to sharing its rich academic and administrative experience with tertiary institutions that are affiliated to it. That commitment to sharing has guided many institutions to excel and obtain presidential charters, while others are almost through with the process involved. Mr. Chairman, UDS wishes that MIST will grow steadily into a chartered university within a record of period. We therefore entreat management of the institute to continue following all our regulations and guidelines consistently to maintain quality training, produce competitive graduates, and compete favorably with other tertiary educational institutions. Mr. Chairman, let's use this occasion to assure all stakeholders, particularly prospective students of MIST, that this university has come to stay. It is alive and ready to open opportunity for students and researchers who aspire to be change makers in society. Finally, Mr. Chairman, UDS wishes to congratulate you, graduates, and remind you that your celebration today is just the beginning of greater things you can achieve in life. Keep your spirit high as you surmount obstacles in your professional lives and pursue new avenues for continuous learning. Uphold all your values that have made the University for Development Studies a reputable institution in the world. You represent UDS and MIST out there. Thank you, and may God bless all of us. Thank you very much.
And now KNUST.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, representative of the Minister of Education, the Chief Patron, Chairman and members of Council of MIST, the President of MIST, Professor Salifu Asuru, chiefs and imams, invited guests from sister universities, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, staff of MIST, graduating class of 2021, good morning. I bring you greetings from the Chancellor of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, and the Vice Chancellor, Professor Mrs. Rita Akosua-Dickson. The Vice Chancellor would have liked to be with you, but for an equally important program, couldn't be here. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor and the Chancellor, I would like to congratulate you on the occasion of your first graduation ceremony. Your Excellency, the Vice President, KNUST is excited to be part of this effort to expand science and technology education in Ghana, without which the industrialization agenda will be a mirage. We pledge our commitment in terms of technical advice, and we are also ready to make available our laboratory equipment to ensure the quality training of your students. I pray that this achievement will urge you all to build a great science and technology university to the benefit of Mother Ghana. Your Excellency, Vice President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the attention.
Sorry if this is too long. We shall soon take the speech of the President when he is introduced by the Council Chair. But we need to acknowledge the presence of a myriad well-wishers who have attended this important function. Top on the agenda for this list is His Excellency, the Vice President, as a special guest of honor, Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia. We are grateful. The Chief Patron of MIST, Dr. Abdullahi Tinoga. Thank you. Chairman of the Governing Council and MD for Japan Motors Trading Company Limited, Haj Salim Kalmoni. Thank you. Governing Council Member, Chief of Bishugu, duly represented Na Al-Hassan Andani. Thank you. Governing Council Member, Dr. Gamal Nasser Adam, Vice President, Academic Affairs of Islamic University College, Ghana. Thank you. Governing Council members, I'll do this as a bunch. Haj Safwan Wali, Dr. Rabiato Ama, Mr. Ibrahim Misto, Professor Nail Mohammed Kamil, thank you so much. Representative of His Excellency the President, Dr. Maxwell Delagakpo, who doubles as the Vice President of Data Link University. Thank you. representative of the Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Dr. Alphonse Kumaza, Head of Monitoring and Evaluation Department. Thank you. Provost of the School of Engineering, representing the Vice Chancellor of KNUST, Professor Mark Adom Asamoah. Thank you. Rep of the Vice Chancellor, UDS, Yankpala Campus, and the Principal, Professor George Nyakon. Thank you. Representatives of the Honorable Member of Parliament for the Adentan constituency, thank you for making time. And the chiefs and imams of this community, because this is a community university, Lakeside Estate, Madina, Adentan, and their environs. Thank you for coming. Our well-wishers in the higher education level industry who are duly represented, Nana Dr. Ba Boache, Dean of School of Engineering. Thank you for making time. Gladys Nyasa Opon, Assistant Registrar of All Nations University. Thank you for making time. And then finally, Professor Sylvester Achian, the representative of the Catholic Institute of Business and Technology. Thank you for making time. I hereby hand over to the registrar.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are at that point where someone very distinguished in all the fields of endeavor he has found himself. I'm talking of a person who started school in Tamale, Sakasaka Primary, and then as for that secondary school, I don't want to mention it. Okay, Tamale Secondary School, and proceeded. Oh, but Ghana School is better. Well, to cut a long story short, he is a PhD holder, one of the finest economists we can ever think of, a devout Muslim, and then he happens to be the second gentleman of the Republic. Join me to welcome our special guest of honor, Alhaji Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia.
Thank you very much. Please have your seats. Chief Patron, Dr. Abdullahi Tinoga, the Chairman of the Governing Council, Sir Salem Kalmoni, Honorable Members of Parliament or represented and ministers, members of the Governing Council, representatives of the Vice Chancellor of KNUST, Professor Mark Adom Asamoah, representative of the Vice Chancellor of UDS, Professor George Nyako, the chiefs and elders of Madina, Ashalabuche and Adenta, graduating and matriculating students, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I am delighted to join you for this maiden event and the fourth matriculation December 2017, nearly 4 years ago, I was privileged to launch the MADINA Institute of Science and Technology. The journey has been sustained, and today we are here to witness the first batch of 64 students graduating and many more matriculating. We say Alhamdulillah. Today is a day of history, and we are all very fortunate to be witnesses and participants in today's ceremony. This day will forever be remembered in the history of this institution. Council Chairman, running a university is a difficult venture. Raising the requisite human capital and technical investments and financial resources can be daunting. Today's event, however, attests to the heavy lifting that all stakeholders have put in. To the sponsors, the council, management, staff, parents, and students, and to all who have contributed in diverse ways, I hope you take great pride, as I do, in the work you have done so far. Ayiko. The President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is focused on the vision of developing human capital for the transformation of our country. Our young people, especially, are central to this agenda, and it is this vision that is behind the free senior high school flagship program that we've implemented since 2017. The interest of youth in science and technology and innovation, therefore, must be encouraged and nurtured, because what the evidence shows, and this is empirical research which shows and has shown for a long time, that the countries that do well are the countries that are driven by science and technology. That is very clear in the empirical evidence. And so we must strive as a nation to build a country that uses science and technology. These are the building blocks for the new Ghana, a data-driven, knowledge-based digital economy. This is what we are trying to do. Data-driven, knowledge-based digital economy. Ghana's rapid adoption of digital technologies since 2017 has been driven by two considerations. First, by the imperatives of the change in the global economy, and Ghana would not be left behind. The global economy is an economy of the fourth industrial revolution. We cannot miss out on that, and that is based on ICT, artificial intelligence, and so on. We cannot miss out on that. Second, and more pressing, by the need to tackle our own development challenges, especially in the following areas: improving public administration and the delivery of public services, formalizing the economy, improving revenue mobilization, deepening and broadening financial inclusiveness in the growth process, and curbing bribery and corruption. I am of the belief that we cannot continue to do the same old things and expect new results in all these areas, unless we are prepared to innovate our ways and means in finding solutions to these development challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, we have since 2018 worked hard to leverage technology for development. We have developed what I call digital transformation enablers. The famous Ghana card, the digital address system, mobile money, interoperability, the universal QR code, and the Ghana.gov platform. It is these enablers that are enabling several applications and making digital transformation as drivers of growth possible. Let me take one area where digitization is affecting the lives of all Ghanaians. For those familiar with the colonial governance system, Ghana has a legacy problem in the way we conduct public administration. That is how government interacts with its citizens. Public institutions and bureaucracies have for far too long stuck to cumbersome structures, systems, and procedures. We have sluggish, centralized bureaucracies, rigid rules-based, hierarchical chains of command, and highly interpersonal in its delivery of public services. From the application for a driver's license to passports, to getting water and electricity connections, to registering a business. No matter how educated you are, no matter how much trigonometry and algebra you have learned, they will want you to accept that getting a passport or applying for a business license is so complex that you need middlemen or guru boys to help you do so. These lead to the emergence of incentives conducive to bribery and corruption. That system, with its poor information flow and weak institutional coordination, cannot be instruments of development in a rapidly changing, information-rich, knowledge-intensive environment. You and I must change that culture of public administration, and that is what we are doing. In fact, of the many reforms to strengthen and improve efficiency of public administration and eliminate the incentives for corruption, I strongly believe that digitization can accomplish in short order what many years of public sector reforms have failed to achieve. Ghana is on an irreversible march for change. We consider digitization in all areas of public administration as an important goal to be accomplished. Some of the key areas of digitization adoption in the space of just 4 years include the implementation of the National Biometric ID card. This is something which governments have struggled with for many years and had not been able to implement. Today, 15.5 Ghanaian citizens and residents have been enrolled under the National ID card, and the process should be completed by next year. But what we have been able to do by providing everybody in Ghana with a unique national ID card is to create essentially a single source of truth. And it has given us the ability to link the national ID database to other databases across the country. So, for example, we've linked the national ID database to the GRA tax database. So today, we took the decision that your tax identification number will now become your Ghana card number will now become your tax identification number. Your Ghana card number will now become your SNIT number. Your Ghana card number is now your national health insurance number. We are going to have every SIM card linked to the Ghana card, one's Ghana card number. And every bank account will also be linked to the Ghana card number. And all of these are going to be done shortly. One of the problems that we encounter as a nation is that our tax base is very narrow. Very, very few people are registered to pay taxes. At the end of 2016, only 4% of the adult population was registered to pay taxes. That means they had tax identification numbers. Only 4%. When we decided this year to make the Ghana card number your tax identification number, the number of adults registered for taxes suddenly increased from 4% to 86%. A problem we had dealt with and lived with since independence. How do we broaden the tax base? But in one foul swoop, we've done it. It's the same for SNIT. We've done the same for SNIT. We've done the same for NHIS and so on. And this is going to transform the country because the databases are linked. You cannot go to a bank and borrow money and then go and change your name and go to another bank and say, I want to borrow money again. They'll find out you are the same person because they know your national ID number. This is going to bring discipline in our society because your record of transactions are there in every place for others to see. And this will help, with this discipline, it will help bring trust in our society and bring down interest rates of banks to businesses and individuals. And so what we are doing is a remarkable transformation. But these are things that may not be tangible. As you are going around, you will not see a big building, and this is, but this is soft infrastructure. It's soft infrastructure that has major implications for our economy. We've also implemented the digital property address system. Today in Ghana, because of the National Digital Property Address System, there is nowhere in Ghana, whether on land or on water, that does not have a digital address. We have solved the problem of addressing in Ghana, just leveraging GPS technology. Every place in Ghana today, if you go, you can find using the Ghana Post GPS app, the digital address. We have gone one step further and leveraged on the digital addresses to provide unique street and digital address plates for every property. We have 7.5 million properties that we have identified in Ghana. 7.5 million, including the huts in various villages. Now, every property is going to get its own digital address plate. And we have started the process. The first phase is ongoing, and the second phase will soon start, and we should finish the whole process next year. But that means all the 7.5 million properties in Ghana will see, including villages in Kumbungu and everywhere, they will all have their own address plates with the QR codes attached to the plate. So we will have a database of all properties in Ghana. This is beginning to build a new economy. You have a database of all people, you have a database of all properties, you have a database of all bank accounts, all SIM cards, everything linked to this technology. And so we are building a new system. We've also introduced the mobile money interoperability. We were the first in Africa to do so, because most of our people, our poor people, did not have bank accounts, and so were excluded from the financial transactions. Most of our people, however, had mobile money accounts. So we decided that we need to make the bank account and the mobile money account interoperable. That means you can use your mobile money account and pay money into a bank account or receive money from a bank account. This was never the case. Even sending money from MTN to Vodafone was not possible, or Tigo. But we made interoperability first to allow us to send monies between the different telcos, but more importantly, to make the bank account interoperable with the mobile money account. When we looked at the numbers yesterday, about 44 million mobile money accounts in Ghana, in a population of 30 million. So it tells you that mobile money transactions, last year, mobile money transactions, because of the interoperability that we have implemented, the first country in Africa to do so, because of the interoperability that we have implemented, total mobile money transactions last year was the equivalent of 592 billion Ghana cedis, or $100 billion. That is massive. And Ghana today is the fastest growing mobile money market in Africa. And it didn't cost us that much to do mobile money interoperability. It was just $4.5 million, everything included. And it is generating transactions of $100 billion. And that means economic activity is taking place. But with mobile money interoperability, just this reform we have done, it has meant that the number of people in the country, adult population with bank accounts, have gone up from 30% to 90%. Just with that reform, that the mobile money account can now function like a bank account, and that is a remarkable transformation. And many countries have struggled with this issue of financial inclusion for a very long time. We are also introducing the universal QR code, which is a scan and pay, so that everybody, including the wache and cocoa sellers, and everybody can function electronically. And all they need is a mobile phone. The QR code is a code that you can just scan on your mobile phone and pay them. The money gets into their account instantly. So we will reduce cash in the system. Finally, we have also established a one-stop shop to enable citizens easily access government services at ghana.gov. We are going to make sure all government institutions are on ghana.gov, and anything that you need, whether applying for a driver's license, passport, birth certificate, whatever, you go to the ghana.gov platform, just fill in whatever form. Because of mobile interoperability, you can pay with your Momo, or if you don't have Momo and you have a bank account, you can pay or other vehicles. And you will get service very quickly. And this is the transformation that Ghana is seeing all across the place. Today, you can buy electricity units on your mobile phone. You can register or renew your NHIS membership on your mobile phone, and so on. We've also implemented drone delivery services. When we were introducing medical drones in Ghana to deliver medicines, blood, and vaccines, a lot of people wondered if it was necessary. In fact, some ridiculed it. Today, doctors and nurses across the country are thanking the government for this innovation. President Akufo-Addo had this vision, and we have implemented it. And then a doctor, I know of a case where a doctor at 3 a.m. was trying to save the life of a mother who was giving birth and was losing blood. 3 a.m. They called the drone service and they delivered the blood within 15 minutes, and they saved the mother's life. Inshallah, by the end of this year, or the middle of next year, the whole of Ghana, we will have 8 medical drone services which will cover every district of Ghana, every hospital, every health center, every chip compound. That is what we are aiming at by the middle of next year. But as we sit here today, Ghana is the world's largest medical drone delivery center that we have. The world is the largest in the world. And we took the lead. Even though we brought the technology from America, America is only now starting to employ drones for medical services. So we are making very, very strong strides. We have more achievements, and the graduating students, you are coming into a society, and we want to challenge you to come in and make a difference so that we can change this country together. It's not about talking, it's about doing, and we are going to work together to change this country. I am reliably informed, ladies and gentlemen, that the MADINA Institute for Science and Technology, with the support of KNUST, one of its affiliate institutions, is seeking accreditation from the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission to roll out programs in computer science, information technology, data science, and innovation and technology management. This is a step in the right direction as we aim to develop additional capacity in areas of artificial intelligence, robotics, Internet of Things, big data, and connectivity. It is not by accident, ladies and gentlemen, that Google and Twitter are all finding their way to Ghana. To our graduates, I congratulate you for completing your studies. It is my expectation that by the time the time you've spent at MIST has equipped you with the requisite skills, knowledge, and values to launch out for higher heights and make a great impact wherever you go. And that impact depends on your ambition, your thirst for continuous learning, your discipline, and your dedication. You have an exciting life ahead of you. Your faculty, staff, parents, and guardians have invested in you. Make that investment count. You have the choice to work for yourself, team up with colleagues to establish your own businesses, or join the workforce. Either way, face the challenges of life confidently and be courageous to seize the opportunities that come your way. Discover and live your purpose and draw strength from your Creator. Be humble and respectful, and remember to give back to your communities and country. Become worthy ambassadors of the motto of MIST, which is learn here and lead everywhere. To many who are matriculating, I charge you to take your studies seriously. Start well, remain consistent, and finish strong. To the faculty, I encourage you to keep up the good work. None of these achievements could have been made without you, and we thank you very much. Long live MADINA Institute of Science and Technology. Long live Ghana. Thank you for your attention, and God bless our homeland Ghana. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
May we stand up and give a standing ovation to His Excellency, the Vice President. A very powerful speech of all standards. It was the Vice President that played the role of a midwife to give birth to this university. So the graduates today are the children of His Excellency, the Vice President. The Vice President now is taking a little rest after the valedictory speech. The SRC at all levels will come up, the former presidents at all levels, who are all Mohammeds, will present a citation to His Excellency the Vice President. And again, this is to the attention of the graduates and matriculants. There will be a photo opportunity with His Excellency as the Vice President. But please, you should be fully masked. Everybody would have loved to share such a momentous moment with your faces showing. But unfortunately, we are not living in ordinary times. So when the photo op comes, you should be fully masked. I now hand over to the registrar. So we take the valedictory speech. After that, we call the presidents of the SRC at all levels to come present citations, one to the Vice President, and then the second to the registrar, and the third to the marketing officer.
I want to invite Mr. Salifu Abdul Latif Yakubu to read his valedictory speech. But before he does that, I just want to give you a small profile on him. Mr. Salifu Abdul Latif Yakubu was born on the 26th of December 1990 in Tolon in the northern region of Ghana. His parents are peasant farmers. He gained admission to Tamale Senior High School, popularly known as Tamasco, in 2012 to pursue general science program under a scholarship from an American philanthropist, who unfortunately passed on when he was in his second year. This led Salifu to do all manner of odd jobs just to help him pay his fees. He successfully completed in 2015 with aggregate 11 in the West African Senior High School Certificate Examination. Whilst in Tamasco, he rose to become the chief imam in 2014 and was the president of the school's science club. In November 2016, he was offered admission to MIST to read BSc in civil engineering. Throughout his stay, he remained calm, disciplined, and was very studious, knowing his background. He is currently doing his national service with urban roads in Tamale. Salifu loves reading and watching documentary movies. He has a passion for mathematics and hopes to pursue civil engineering to the highest level if he gets the opportunity. Today, Salifu Abdul Latif Yakubu is graduating with first class and a cumulative weighted average of 83.29 out of a total of 100. Now to Mapam.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, the Council Chairman, the President of the MADINA Institute of Science and Technology, the Registrar, members of Convocation, graduating class of 2020, parents, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very much elated and proud to stand before you at this august occasion to deliver the valedictory speech on behalf of my colleague graduates and on behalf of those who are unavoidably absent. I am Salih for Abdulatif Yakubu, a proud old Tamascan like His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. First of all, permit me to express my gratitude to the Almighty Allah for granting me this unique opportunity. We thank Him for the divine care and guidance. We thank Him for the divine care and guidance and His care in taking us through these trying times of global pandemic. Parents, ladies and gentlemen, join me in applauding our pioneers, the graduating class of 2021. The first day we stepped on this campus, we came with different aspirations and expectations. We all started off extremely overjoyed with the idea of an opportunity of acquiring a university education. But the excitement and euphoria suddenly drifted into the wilderness when we soon learned that the journey was never meant to be a smooth ride. Nevertheless, we managed to pluck the strings of history with our determination, beat the drums of hope in the silence on campus, and with our unique relentlessness. And with this harmonious combination, we are witnessing this great honor today. To our achievements, generations will sing praises forever. It was a Herculean task. Nonetheless, we persevered and endured and managed to sail through successfully. So, learn from these experiences patience in managing your future challenges. But be rest assured that if you fail to be patient, life itself will never fail to present more challenges. As the saying goes in Arabic, لا تستغرب إن أعادت الحياة عليك نفس الدرس فإنك من رفض أن يتعلم. Don't be surprised if life brings back the same lessons to you because you failed to learn a lesson earlier. For those of us still owing, myself included, we owe management an unqualified apology and sincere gratitude at the same time for coping with our genuine inability to pay. For their kindness, we owe them a resounding applause. In the same vein, I humbly call on us as a matter of urgency to service our debts to the school as much as possible and fulfill our bargain. On this campus, we made families, not friends. We were always ready to lean our shoulders forward for our colleagues to find solace in. We even organized tutorials for our friends, for which I was nicknamed the TA. I am sure this move was informed by selflessness and altruism, which should not die as we live here. Consequently, we should always be compassionate and ready to stretch out a hand of support to each other and anyone else whenever we can. We are grateful to our lecturers for their rigorous academic training you put us through. You modeled and positioned us for greatness in the future. We promised never to let you down. Special gratitude to Dr. Rabia to Ama for our mother on campus. Grandma, your support during our trying times was efficacious and heartfelt. Thanks to Dr. Hafiz Amadou because of him, we now know so many things that you can't do in Malaysia, by extension in Ghana. Thanks to the class of 2020 for not provoking the lioness in Madam Rita. For some of us, the burden of having unflinching natural curiosity for mathematics and knowledge acquisition is that the more you know, the more you want to know. Education has no age limit. The only limit to education is the decision not to enroll. But if you do, everything will naturally fall into place. Erwin Schueller said, and I quote, "Leaders can't rely on precedent. Instead, they must rely on wisdom," unquote. MADINA Institute of Science and Technology is where you learn and lead everywhere. So believe in yourselves and go out there and lead with wisdom. Congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you.
May I now invite Mr. Idris Nabali to read out the academic prizes. Due to protocol observation, the presentations will be done later.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, may I read names of award winners and the awarding institutions. The first best or overall student goes to Mr. Abdul Latif Yaqub Salifu. And the awarding institution is Dr. Ali Nachia and Associate. Best graduating student female goes to Madam Safiatu Dawood. And the awarding institution is Dr. Ali Nachia and Associate. Best graduating student, School of Business and Technology, goes to Mr. Usman Ofe by Dr. Ali Nachia and Associate. Best graduating student, School of Engineering, goes to Mr. Salifu Abdul Latif once again by Dr. Ali Nachia and Associate. Best graduating student in BSc Accounting, once again, Osman Ofai. Best graduating student in BSc Banking and Finance goes to Mr. Muhammad Yahya Yusuf. Best graduating student in BSc Human Resource Management, Mr. Muhammad Hafiz Al-Hassan. Best graduating student in BSc Marketing, Mr. Idrisu Muhammad. Best graduating student in BSc Civil Engineering, once again, Salifu Abdul Latif Yaqub. And finally, Your Excellency, best graduating student in BSc Oil and Gas Engineering goes to Lamte Shamsuddin Odate. Congratulations.
Looks like our Ghanaian president is woefully outnumbered. The vice president is a Tomascan, the registrar is a Tomascan, and our overall, graduate is a Tomascan. It's a lost battle, sir. I now call on the, I don't know whether to call them triple M, all the Mohammeds that have served as SRC president since His Excellency the Vice President inaugurated the university. Mohammed Idris, Mohammed Bara, and Mohammed Bamba. So please, you should be fully masked there will be no reading of the citation because of want of time. So the current SRC president, Mohammed Awal, will do the presentation. First, we start with a presentation to His Excellency, the Vice President. He will be flanked by his predecessors as a form of support. So would you want to be facing the dais? They should face the dais. Protocol can take over. Yes, His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic. So you move. You move. Okay. Give space. The current president will hand over the citation to His Excellency, the Vice President. Let's give them a round of applause. When you meet them in town, these are Baumia graduates, so to speak, the children of His Excellency, the Vice President. Thank you so much. And there will be an opportunity for a photo op, but they want a group picture with His Excellency, the Vice President. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. And then they want it individually as a badge of honor, pioneering SRC president, followed by the next, and the graduating SRC president of MADINA Institute of Science and Technology. Then last but one, then finally with Mohammed Awal. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, you may resume your seat. The other people that will be awarded, President's Stay. I call upon the Registrar, Mr. Daniel Bukari, to take a citation from the President. So let's give him a round of applause. Mr. Bukari Daniel, the Registrar of the Institute. Thank you for serving well, and the students are saying a big thank you. Thank you. Then I call upon the marketing officer, Mr. Idris Nabali. They have a final citation for him. Mr. Idris Nabali. They want to thank you for being an elderly brother to them throughout this period. Mr. Idris Nabali, Marketing Officer, MADINA Institute of Science and Technology. Let's give all of them a round of applause. And thank you so much, Your Excellency, the Vice President. I now hand over to the registrar so that the conferment of degrees will be done.
Now is the hour. Chairman, sir, I now call upon the Acting Dean of School of Business and Technology to present those students of the school who have fulfilled the degree requirements of the University for Development Studies and have been found worthy in learning to be admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Accounting, Bachelor of Science in Banking and Finance, Bachelor of Science in Human Resource Management, and Bachelor of Science in Marketing of the University for Development Studies.
May I invite the first-class graduates of School of Business and Technology to come forward for acknowledgement.
Bachelor of Science in Accounting, First Class Honors, Osman Ofei, Abdul Aziz Al-Hassan, Mohammed Suleiman. Bachelor of Science in Human Resource Management, Mohammed Hafiz Al-Hassan.
Will the graduating students of School of Business and Technology please stand and remain standing? The Vice Chancellor, UDS, University of Development Studies. Sir, I have the honor to present to you those students of School of Business and Technology who have successfully completed the degree requirements of the University for Development Studies and have been found worthy in learning to be admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Accounting, Bachelor of Science in Banking and Finance, Bachelor of Science in Human Resource Management, and Bachelor of Science in Marketing. Those present and those unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy. Thank you. The Vice Chancellor.
By the authority of the Academic Board of UDS, I, Professor George Nyakun, Campus Principal, representing the Vice Chancellor, Professor Gabriel Ayumte, admit you all and severally to the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Accounting, Bachelor of Science in Banking and Finance, Bachelor of Science in Human Resource Management, and Bachelor of Science in Marketing. Congratulations.
Please put on your caps. Place the tassel to the left and be seated.
Chairman, sir, I now call upon the Acting Dean of School of Engineering to present those students of the school who have fulfilled the degree requirements of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and have been found worthy in learning to be admitted to the Bachelor of Science degrees of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
The Acting Dean, School of Engineering, may I invite the first-class graduates of School of Engineering to come forward for acknowledgement.
First-class honors, School of Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Salifu Abdul Latif Yakubu, Arnold Dick Wilson, Saibu Mohammed Tafik, Bachelor of Science in Oil and Gas Engineering, Lamti Samsudin Udate, and Bara Ahmed Mohammed. Will the graduating class of School of Engineering please stand and remain standing?
By the powers conferred on me by the Chancellor of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, I, Engineer Professor Mark Adoma Samoa, Provost, College of Engineering, representing the Vice Chancellor, Professor Mrs. Rita Akusua-Dixon, formally admit you into the Bachelor of Science degrees of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Kumasi, MADINA Institute of Science and Technology, Ayiko. Dispatch of graduates. The MADINA Institute of Science and Technology, in collaboration with the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Kumasi, has trained and prepared you for the service to humanity. Therefore, on this 29th day of July 2021, in the year of our Lord, we send you into the world to serve your nation and humanity. As a sign of your graduation, please move the tassel from the right to the left. Class of 2021, Ayiko.
Chairman, sir, I have the honor to call upon the Dean of School of Business and Technology on behalf of the Dean of School of Engineering to present students to be matriculated into the MADINA Institute of Science and Technology.
At the close of registration for 2020-2021 academic year, a total of 76 fresh students had registered at the School of Business and Technology and the School of Engineering for the various academic programs being run in the institute. Chairman, sir, may I have your permission to present 76 non-alumni of MADINA Institute of Science and Technology to be matriculated. Students of School of Business and Technology and students of engineering present, please rise and remain standing.
Those for School of Engineering, please be seated for the time being. School for Engineering, please be seated for the time being. I now call upon the rep from UDS to do the matriculation.
You have satisfied the entry requirement of the two universities, MIST and UDS. By the power in me vested, I, Professor George Nyako, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor of the University for Development Study, hereby matriculate you as junior members in statu populari of the University for Development Studies. Congratulations.
Now you say after me, I solemnly promise to observe the regulations of the university, to obey the VC of the university, to those to whom my obedience is required, to study diligently, to seek the truth, and to promote the good of the university. So help me God. Please be seated. Now, School of Engineering, please rise. School of Business, please be seated. School for Engineering, please rise.
You have satisfied the entry requirements of this university and that of KNUST. I, Engineer Professor Mark Adoma Samoa, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Rita Akusua-Dixon, formally admit you as junior members in statu populari of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Congratulations.
So please say after me, I do solemnly promise to observe the regulations of this university, to obey those to whom your obedience is required, to study diligently, to seek the truth, and to promote the good of the university, insofar as in you lies. And then you say, I do. Thank you. Please be seated. I now call on Ms. Portia Nkrumah, a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration Level 100 student, to read her expectations of university life on behalf of the matriculated students.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Chancellor of MIST, Chairperson and members of the Governing Council, Registrar, members of Convocation, eminent religious leaders and traditional rulers, fellow matriculants, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I feel honored to be called upon to give the matriculation address on behalf of my fellow matriculants. Gaining admission to the university was a dream most of us have harbored for quite a long period. and we were thrilled upon the news of our admission to this august institution. I believe, just like me, we found ourselves privileged to have gained admission to MADINA Institute of Science and Technology, which offers quality and affordable tertiary education, while nurturing morally upright graduates to spearhead the development of our beloved nation, Ghana. We are therefore fortunate to be part of one of Ghana's most respected private universities. Fellow matriculants, I can confidently state that prior to our admission, we had our own expectations about university life. I believe that, just like me, we expect that we will have our complete freedom to take important decisions. We also expect to learn new things during our stay on campus that will empower us with skills and knowledge to deal with challenges of the real world. Our short stay on campus may have confirmed or disconfirmed some of the stories we heard about university life. The transition from high school to the university has given us some form of independence and freedom to take important decisions concerning our lives. However, I will entreat my fellow matriculants to use this freedom wisely because we will bear the consequences of the choices we make, good or bad. We are aware that our degrees will not come on a silver platter. We need to work very hard to earn them. The challenges we are likely to face in our quest to emerge the best in our academic life should not deter us, because our challenges will make us stronger and more resilient individuals. As we go about our daily activities on campus, we should ensure that we do not only pass through the university, but allow the university to pass through us. Let us live by the moral values of MIST, which are honesty, sincerity, and integrity. This will be a sure way for us to become morally upright and responsible citizens to contribute to the development of Mother Ghana tomorrow. To our parents and guidance, we assure you that 4 years from now, we will be graduating with honors on this same platform to make you proud. Your sacrifices and investments will not go waste, inshallah. I will also want to use this opportunity to appeal to the management to provide us with some recreational and sporting facilities so we can have some social life aside our academics. In conclusion, I would like to throw a challenge to my fellow matriculants to honor the tenets of the matriculation oath and abide by the rules and regulations of this noble institution. God bless the matriculation class of 2021. God bless MIST, God bless Ghana, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All too soon, we're in the dying embers of today's momentous occasion. And a few announcements. Refreshment for graduating students, or graduates now, we can call you, will be at the School of Business and Technology. And because of COVID, we can't feast together. There are food packs you can take away and join your parents and relatives. And to our eminent invited guests, there is an arrangement for refreshment in the main administration block.